Hello, everybody. As you can see, someone is trying to get into the zone.
Channeling my chakras.
Chak what?
Chakras.
Now, chuka where you talk. You say chakra.
Aligning my body to the center of the universe.
What? So, are you saying that today your Mercury is in Lucozade boost?
Yeah. And then maybe tomorrow be in Capricorn. Oh man.
Okay, it's weird. We're not across. We're now 60,000.
Yeah.
Is it 60,000 miles? Sorry.
2000 or something. I don't know honestly, but now it's more like a matter of centimeters. It's probably like 100 centimeters. I feel.
I didn't go to school to do calculation of.
You guys didn't
length
have
and
those
breadth.
like rulers in primary school. Like I feel like every teacher in my primary school, every teacher had like a 100 centimeter ruler. The yellow one, the really long one. That's how I always visualize how long like 1 meter is.
That's how long 1 meter was.
Yeah, 100 centimeters.
Oh, 10 decimeters. No, what is it?
Is 10 decimeters makes
make
1 centimeter.
centimeter.
100 centimeters make 1 meter.
meter.
No,
1,000.
wait.
No,
It's millimeter. 10 millimeters
Does
make
make 1
1 centimeter.
10
10
centimeters
centimeters
make 1 decimeter. 10
10
decimeters make 1 meter. 1,000 meters makes 1 kilometer.
That's your math lesson for today.
Yeah, go back to school.
Oh,
But
man.
yes, we are.
You're going to have to anchor this one because my energy is lacking.
Me, Anchor?
Yeah, original host now.
I was never the original host.
Eh,
I was just starting the podcast.
So what was the original host?
I don't know. I was just there.
Yes, I was just there.
I was just there.
Like bread.
I was just there. What am I doing? Anchor.
Nah. What's up, man?
I'm good. I don't know. Like I said, the dynamic just feels.
In person is different, man.
In person is different now because it
It's
feels
different.
in my head right now. It's like, okay, what do we speak about? But I know it will come out of
It will
nowhere.
come.
It will come from nowhere.
But like all our like most popping episodes, like we've done them over Zoom.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I hated it. I actually despise doing across the country.
Yeah. No, Zoom was the ghetto. I feel like with the new system we have now is better. It's still not ideal. But yeah, like even my weakness is fine when we did that one over Zoom.
My weakness is five months now as a
It
Zoom.
was Zoom. It wasn't in Riverside.
Yeah, you know what? You might be right.
Yeah.
Was it a video podcast?
It was a video. No, the video didn't come out.
Video didn't come out.
Video
yet.
didn't come out. But like we recorded over Zoom.
All right. So what is? I think. So let me expose this brother. He messaged me at 3 a.m. talking about SEOs.
This guy's always exposing me, man.
Talking about SEOs, and he wants to do all of that. And I was just like, okay, thank you for helping me.
I'm trying to push
No,
us to the next level.
But he's not wrong. Thank you for helping me because me, literally.
Also, like I'm not busy like that. To be honest, I'm trying to like.
Why are you not busy like that? What are you trying to say?
I mean, like.
Are you
this-
unemployed?
God forbid. It's not my portion. It's just thing.
So why
I
are you
mean-
not busy like
I mean,
that?
like this weird middle place where like I'm transitioning roles, and so like I'm technically still working my old role. I have a presentation tomorrow at work that I wasn't expecting to do, but my manager messaged me this morning. Was like, "Oh, I don't have a presentation." I said, "Madu," and so I sent the presentation. So I have a presentation at work tomorrow online, but I also started a new role. That is the Chicago role for anybody that does not know.
Chicago.
Yeah,
Chirac.
this guy's talking like he does not know.
Chicago? What is that?
The guy
What is
he's
that?
playing the straight man.
Oh, guys, if you didn't know, we have a third member in the room.
Yeah.
Anytime that we're in the same area, just know that there's always a
we
third
have
of.
to have audience.
We have to have audience.
You know,
We're
for
doing
the
live.
effects.
Woo!
Yeah.
We're doing it like we're a live show.
Talk show.
We're doing a live
recording.
show now. Okay.
Who knows, man? Live shows at some point. Who knows?
Sorry if I'm showing legs.
LOL. Well, yeah, like so, like I'm starting like that. I've started out. Today was technically my first day, but like it's so weird because like I'm still doing stuff for my old job, and then I'm now like starting this new job. So because like I'm kind of in this place where I'm finishing projects on the other side, and I haven't really started anything here.
Yeah.
I'm not busy like that, and it's weird. And so I was like, yeah, how can I help release? You know.
Oh, when you said how can I help release, I was like, okay,
No.
sorry, my ADHD is kicking a little.
LOL.
I don't
That's
even know.
okay.
But that's the thing. Sorry, ADHD is kicking. It's not mine.
Mhm.
Because I was told never to personalize
Exactly.
things like that. But you are talking about switching roles now, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
How does it feel to switch to be in this new role? Because obviously, if you're switching roles like that, yeah,
Yeah.
it must mean like new opportunities and all of that.
Yeah, it's I don't lie, like it's strange. Like I had a call today, like introducing me to the team at work, and like now I'm in like a corporate environment, like corporate building, you know, cubicles.
High rising,
But I don't like
rising,
that.
high rising, 200th floor.
No, but like I realized from this, like my last role, I don't like that stuff.
Why?
I don't know. I think I just associate those environments with a certain culture.
You watch too much Suits.
It's not. I don't even watch Suits. That's my father. You're gonna ask him. That guy's watched Suits die. But like I don't. It's more so from my experience in those kind of environments before.
Yeah.
Like one of my co-ops, I worked in one of these places. They had a canteen. They had how many floors, cubicles, and I didn't necessarily enjoy it. I've never really been in that environment where I felt like I could be myself.
Yeah, because it's politics.
Yeah, politics very like everybody's dressed up. It's very like office kind of stuff. And I'm coming from an environment. I was working in a plant, you know, like I think I mentioned on this podcast. The first meeting I was, you just had F bombs just like flying across the room. And I heard that I was like, man, I'm at home. You know, because like for me it was like everybody feels comfortable being themselves.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, not because me I'm swaying. But like no, but like that's the thing, like I feel like I thrive in an environment of authenticity, and I just associate all these corporate places with all this like fakeness, to be honest.
Yeah, everybody. The word I can't say it. I need to say it in a different way. That is very, very
Be PC.
PG.
Mm-hmm.
Where it is. No, that's not the way to say it. Everybody is. The what?
Just say it.
Everybody's dick riding.
Yeah.
That is a word I can't think of. I couldn't think of another way to say it, but I did not know it was.
Yeah, in a sense.
Like literally, it's like everybody's just trying to prove something to get to the next place.
Yeah.
Everybody's performance culture.
You're describing LinkedIn, man. I was one day today and I was like, because I haven't had the app on my phone in a long time. I don't even, like, even on my web browser, I have this like news feed eradicator. So it replaces my feed with like quotes. So I don't see anything that anybody.
How do you mean newsfeed eradicator? I've never heard of that.
It's an extension.
On LinkedIn?
On just Google Chrome. Any browser eliminates, like, I even have the same thing. It's on YouTube. I have one it's called Distraction Free YouTube. So like I don't see like feed, I don't see comments, I don't get ads. So like it just helps me control how much I'm influenced. Right? So I have the same thing for LinkedIn.
So before anything, yeah, this is whoever you are, distraction free. What's the other
distraction free YouTube.
We are offering ads. It's not that expensive. It's not that expensive. But could you say it again? Because like I think people need to hear.
Yeah. So like distraction free YouTube, for YouTube, no ads. You can pretty much like wipe your feed where like you don't see any. It's just a white screen where you click on YouTube.com. You can clean like the no comments. Like you can even remove like suggested videos. Basically, your YouTube can just be like, this is the video I'm watching. Nothing else. For free. Some people are paying for that on YouTube. Yeah, I found this like 2 years ago. It's honestly saved me. Like, man, like it's been amazing.
So what is it about? Because when I'm on LinkedIn, yeah, I'm there to find jobs. I'm there to find some form of motivation because there are people on there that are actually doing jobs. Like I've met some of them, and there are people, I'm talking about people in other countries and everything, and these are very good people. So I'm not like, it doesn't inspire jealousy in me per se. It doesn't inspire. Well, when I didn't have a job, yeah, it was like a bit of like, okay, what can I do there and everything like that. Did it really affect me? Yes, a little bit, because it felt like everyone else was advancing and everything like that. And I was waiting for my own turn and everything, but I don't think LinkedIn is a bad thing as much as people think. Yeah, like maybe it's because my feed is kind of curated to things I like.
So I don't think LinkedIn is a bad thing. I think LinkedIn it's good. I found like I was reached out to on LinkedIn for my current job. So like inherently I think LinkedIn is a good place you can connect with people. I think I just have really poor associations with LinkedIn and my past experience in terms of LinkedIn has always been the place for me where everybody's posting about like I'm pleased to announce that blah blah blah. Blah. I don't like that stuff, man, because I'm like, okay, and it's not even, like today I had to tell myself like good for these people, like good for
Very
them.
good for them,
They're
man.
advancing their career, what have you. A lot of it just comes from who I am personally. Like I'm the kind of person where I think I just care a lot about people and about the world, and so I'm like, if I'm putting something out there to someone, there has to be some purpose, some intent, some benefits. So like I read those like I'm pleased to. I'm like good for you, but like how is that helping me? And then I feel like it perpetuates this culture of everybody is now saying, oh, I need to do this as well when I get the new job. I think it's somehow like there's this engendered competitive culture that I feel like is behind this thing. And I say this from my own reflections. And again, I could be wrong. It couldn't be somebody else. It might not be somebody else's experience, right? But what I've seen in myself, especially in school and even some of my friends, is like they post these things on LinkedIn because they've seen other people doing it.
I mean, yeah.
And then they see other people doing it. But like it's like, okay, I'm just doing this thing because everybody's doing it. And for me, because I'm just a rebel and I don't like to follow people and follow rules. Yeah, I know, for real.
He just told us he's in his rebellious era. That's what he's saying,
real.
bro.
I don't like that stuff because I'm just like, a lot of it I feel like the emotion behind it is kind of like, oh, you've posted this thing. Let me show the world too that I have something going on in my life. Or let me show everybody that, oh, this is happening for me too. You know, and so like, I don't know, I could go on and on about like my feelings towards LinkedIn, but
No, but you're right to an extent. And I swear, when I say this is how it happens, this is how the magic happens. Will come to release because I just thought of it now. I was thinking last week about the ability to have a competitive nature is I think is needed.
I agree.
I think is needed because there is a sense like I know we're not meant to be in competition with every other person, but if we're not really in competition, if we're not really like having some form of competition or something driving us, or I'm not saying that should be the only thing driving you, but there's a sense of healthy competition that is good for the people. Let me bring this back to this now. Like, okay. So, in the job I work in, I work with kids.
Yeah.
And one of the things about this is that it's games and everything like that. But there's that essence of that everybody wins. And for a while now, it's something that I've been kind of arguing in, where it's like, yes, you can train these kids to believe that they're still good regardless of anything. They can still believe because they're in their formative years and ages. So they're able to, their brain is still forming and you can't put pressure on them. But the one thing I really, really always have struggled with is the desire is they've removed the essence of winning and losing.
Participation trophy.
That is why, and here we go. And you know what's funny, and that's why certain things, because this is okay, this is sport. When something is happening from the grassroots area, when it's happening from the bottom, it's going to sip all the way to the top. If that is the nature, because I feel like there needs to be that essence of ruthlessness to understand that, okay, yes, competition is good because it drives you to be better in a certain level of healthy competition is good. But if you remove it overall and give everybody participation trophies, we're encouraging mediocrity.
I was going to say a lot of people in life are collecting participation trophies.
Oh, how? Please.
A lot of people are just content participating. Nobody really cares about advancing, moving forward. It's just like, let me collect my own and sit down. And I agree. I feel like competition is essential. It's essential. There's something I posted on my Instagram a while back.
Yeah.
In this video called "Life is Not a Competition," and there was something that I mentioned there that I got from some training that I did at work, where it was talking about how, like, the original Latin word for competition means to strive together. And so the original idea behind competition is not you against me, it's you and me striving so we can set a new standard. And that's how the world improves. Competition is supposed to be a collaborative effort.
Really?
Yes. That is the
Sorry, like the original word of competition in the
In
word
Latin, when you
is
translate.
comes from Latin, right?
Yeah.
So when you translate it, it's collaborate. It's basically
It's to strive together.
well,
And so it's not like, and I think, especially with how individualistic the world has gotten now, we've seen it more as like me against you.
yeah.
Right? But like the whole idea behind competition is like, no, it's like we are both striving to try and set a new bar, set a new standard, something that we can attain to, because now there's a new level that we can reach. And you think about, like, that's how like we evolve as like humanity. You think about, like, in the Olympics, for example, if somebody did not set like a record, there would have been nothing for Usain Bolt and like all these athletes that were training to beat. And so, like, if you think about it in like any other sense where competition applies, it's kind of like I'm setting a new standard because now everybody's working harder.
Mm-hmm.
And like, if everybody's working harder, we're improving as a collective.
I'm sorry to bring this competition up, but I'll bring it back to my favorite sport ever, my love of my life. So I don't know why it came to me, but you know what somebody said? Is it like, we're talking about, people don't watch soccer, but let's say we have what we call the top team, who always wins the leagues and everything like that. Because the top team is always striving and they're getting like 100 points, 99 points, 80 points, other teams are not going to slack. They know that they have to catch up because there's someone there that is doing 100 points. Because they have to, and all that does is it increases the standard of the game. It increases the standard of the game because all we're trying to say is like, okay, this person has 100 points. We are trying to close the gap. We're trying to get better. Because if the person has like 84 points and it's just like, sluggishly just gets into this thing, everyone is going to be like, 66 points is enough. 40 points is enough to stay. Like, that is what the thing. And I don't know, the word that comes to me sometimes is balance, because like I'm trying to figure out, okay, because for me, if I'm being honest with myself, I do have a competitive bone in my nature.
Oh yeah,
I do have it, because there are many, many times. And the thing is that there's a thin line between competition that leads to jealousy and envy. And that is where I'm trying to find a balance in that, you know what, like, how do we, what is really healthy competition? Because I genuinely believe that we need to have some form of competition. We need to have it, because like we need that, because all it says is, mediocrity is enough. Like,
it shouldn't be.
Like, you know what, like, at least I'm living with something, my participation trophy. That's just all it's saying. So, but there's this thin line between competition and there's this thin line that competition always drives you towards, that is jealousy. I know everyone says you're competing with everyone else. You're competing with just yourself. You're making yourself better. There is a element of truth in that, but I think we've erased the idea of also, there's the idea of also seeing other people's work.
Yes.
And just saying, you know what, like, that
is good. I need,
like,
that is a level.
That is a level I attain to be at.
Yes.
Because here's the thing, there's this tweet I saw once. Shout out Umir. I don't know, I love the guy. I read his tweets. But one thing he said here was that I'm happy for everyone else doing what I really desire to do here, but there's this competitive nature in me that makes me strive towards a level that I know that I can be around these people or closer to these people. That it is healthy in that I'm not jealous of these people. I feel like there is space to make space. There is space for both to exist, where we are striving to be better as ourselves, and we have something, we have an idea to look forward towards. We have something. There's this essence of like, if this person can do it, I can do it. And even if it doesn't happen here, at least I tried and understood that, you know what, like,
You know your limits.
you know your limits in this place
Yeah,
here.
capacity. Yeah.
There is, but the thing is that we've erased the idea of competition to be something that
It's inherently bad.
it's inherently bad.
Yeah.
But competition, I think, is
It's,
necessary.
it's a good thing. And you know what? Like when you were talking about balance, cause I said Holy Spirit is funny, cause this is literally something I literally said it not too long ago when I was working. So we had a call today at work with like the rotational program participants that I'm in. So it was everybody in the program. And then there was a guy who messaged in the chat and he was like, welcome to all the new cohorts. You know, if you have any questions, blah, 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 like feel free to reach out to me. And my competitive nature kicked in. I was like, I should have done this. It would look good if I did this. Like people that see me as a resource, if I did this. And then I started to project a little bit of envy towards the guy
Who did it?
Yeah. And I was like, and the first thing that came to my mind, I was like, and this is something that has been coming to my mind a lot recently, is the Holy Spirit is always reminding me, is like, allow other people to be great.
Oh, I'm gonna work out now.
Because like I there was this point in my life where I felt like I needed to compete with everybody in every single realm of life. Where like, oh, this person is good at this thing, I can do it better. And I'm always like, even though it's something I'm not involved with, for example, let's say somebody is good at, I don't know, washing car. In my mind, I'm like, I know a better way to wash that car. Or somebody is like curling. I'm like, I know, even I've never played curling before.
Curling not be the one with
And when they brush the floor like this. In my mind, I'm like, even though I've never played this sport, I'm sure if I did, I'll be better than this person. And I've just been so convicted recently. It was like, no, Ola, see, allow other people to be great. And one of the prayers that I've been praying, I'm still praying. I'm like, God, please show me the area of my life where I can have dominion over. And this is the area where I'm great. So I can be at peace with letting people be great.
You know the word. I'm going to let him marinate.
It's crazy, man.
Boy, I feel like I keep saying it, like, this is not planned.
It cannot be.
My brain just goes into like, this is scary, because it's like you feel like the same level of life you're having with somebody, because it's the same thing that happened to me this week, because I was like, oh, this was yesterday.
Okay.
This is so funny because like I was having a conversation with someone and everything. I was like, you know what? I feel like I don't know anything. I feel like I don't know this. I feel like I don't know that. I feel dumb. But then a person was like, why do you need all that? Like, you don't need to know every single thing. Like, allow people to be great. Because here's the thing. I've always felt like, you know, like, maybe I like conversations with people sometimes, yeah. I'm like, just the one thing I learned yesterday was like, allow people to be great here because that's their strength. And when even like people love to hear, they love the sound of their own voice more than they believe. They love the sound of their own voice. But when you allow people who know more than you to talk and everything, you are building them up more than you think. Because here's the thing, like in my own competitive nature, I was like, you know what? I want to be this, I want to be that, I want to be this, I want to be that, I want to be rice, I want to be pomo, I want to be bread.
This guy of food, man.
Hey man, see what I'm drinking. I'm just drinking.
This guy of food, man.
So I don't eat that much, don't mind him. So yeah, like I want to be all of this. Like there was this desire for me to be better in my life, but I just kind of realized after the conversation, the person said that you actually don't need to be all of this here, because what people need you for is who you are. what everyone needs. Yes, you feel like you should be this. You should know about cars. You should know about phone. You should know about bread. You should know about sorry. You should know about all of these kind of things, but you don't need to. Like there is no essence in all of that. Like you need to allow other people to be great, and trust me, when you allow other people, when you foster people's greatness, yeah,
I think
that's your freedom.
yeah.
That's you. That's where I feel like God sees you. Like, okay, I see that. Like, because it takes humility
It
to be. It
does.
takes humility to be like, I can do that too.
But I'm going to allow
I'm
you
going to allow.
be great, and I respect you for the effort that you are applying in that area.
It takes humility.
That's a lot.
It's only this time I realized I have pride, man.
Honestly,
Because you're just like, you think I'm home, but at the time you're like, wait, what the hell? Why am I? Why is he paying me like this? Why is jealousy? Why is all this one doing? Why do I need to be this? Because all it just made me become was just more overstimulated, not needing, distracted. And in the end, it's like, we don't need you to be any of these things like that. The moment you accept who you truly are and where you are in the moment, that's where your blessing lies. That's where everything lies.
That's where you have been positioned to give the most. Like, man.
I think I've been talking about seriousness here.
Yeah.
In my, what was that word again? English is not working today for me. In my best to achieve on seriousness, I feel like everyone around me was like, what's wrong with you? Like, just relax. I mean, I was like, yeah, I want to be on serious. I want to be serious. But I think the moment where I was like, I just felt like I'm exhausted. What's wrong with me? But the problem was that I did not accept who I truly was. Like, I did not accept this is who I am. And if you don't start from a place of acceptance that this is who I am, this is what I have, this is my strength and weakness here, it's not gonna, like, all those vests and trying to be this and trying to be that and trying to be running after everything will not work.
You're fighting against yourself.
Shut up.
That's wild. Cause like, I remember when I started therapy, right? And the two things that I wanted to work on with my therapist was, number one, my people-pleasing tendencies, and number two, my perfectionism. And I thought that, okay, maybe as I'm going through these sessions, that the lady would just be telling me like, okay, no, these are these tactics for you to like get over that. But I was so surprised. One of the questions that she asked me was like, who says like your people-pleasing is a bad thing? And I was like,
What are you trying to say?
To a certain extent, people-pleasing is not bad until it becomes at the expense of yourself. Because, and I was telling her about how, like, I don't want to be a narcissist.
Oh, no.
And she mentioned how, being a people-pleaser is sort of like my way of fighting against those narcissistic tendencies. Because I know, like, the world does not revolve around me. And so I try to make other people happy, see other people, serve other people, like please other people. It's not a bad thing to want to please other people. It really isn't, until it becomes at your expense, until the cost is yourself, right? Because like you always have to. That's why when God says, love others as you love yourself, it always starts with like your relationship with self first. And then like on the perfectionism, this one was a personal realization I had. I was like, man, and I posted this on my Instagram. I was like, my perfectionism is not a bad thing. It just needed to be channeled. Because when I started to see that, like me as a perfectionist,
It's the spirit of excellence.
It's the spirit of excellence. I have an eye for detail. I want things to be done right. I like things done to a certain order.
Yeah.
The world needs that. It's a gift. It's just about drawing boundaries as to where it's applied and where it's not. You know, so I can't like be fighting myself and saying, oh, like I'm trying not to be a perfectionist. I'll be lying to myself. That's who I am. That's my nature. I like making people happy. That is my nature as a people pleaser, right? But it's kind of like I can't be fighting myself to be something I'm not because the world needs me in that space.
Sorry. That's just my time. So funny. We go back to competition a bit. I just wanted to bring it back to competition in a way that, like, we go about LinkedIn and everything.
Yeah.
My own idea is that, you see, there are things that I know that I aspire to do that if I don't see those images here, if I don't see those people doing here, I'm just gonna be, I'm gonna be okay here.
Collecting your participation trophy.
Thank you. I'm gonna be okay here. So, like, I think honestly, you always perspective. You can choose that to be jealousy, or you can use that to be like, I could achieve something like this or similar to this. Why can't it happen to me too? Because if he did it for someone else, why can't he do it for me as well too? Because here's the thing, yeah. One thing I'm also challenging my mind lately is just like allow your imagination to actually run wild with God. Because your imagination can run wild a little more than God. But allowing your imagination to run wild is important in that you're able to imagine the craziest things that have never been done. This man said there was no light. My man went to find a way to use filaments and everything to find a way to create a bulb. Why imagination? Because again, I don't know how, but I think like all of these things come back to, okay, there was an idea. You have an idea in your head. Sometimes you need these words are not coming to me. Sometimes you need something to look at to help you.
Reference point.
A reference point. Thank you.
Yeah.
You need a reference point to look at to help you to help you know what you want or desire or anything. Like your desires are not inherently good. They just need purification with God. But the thing is that we cannot always, like, you cannot erase competition. Competition can be healthy in a way that it develops you to be better.
That's the goal.
It should develop you to be better. It shouldn't just be like, and again, at your own pace, because everyone has their own race to run and everything like that at your own pace. But if you erase the idea of being like I know LinkedIn for a while can be a problem. If it's been a problem to you, you can just, I feel like there's a way you can switch your perspective to be like,
newsfeed eradicator. You
need to, okay, yes, newsfeed eradicator, but there's also a way I feel like you can always change your perspective to be like, okay, it always comes back to where you are in the moment. Why are you jealous? Why is it triggering you? Why? Then when you answer those questions here, I feel like you're able to say, okay, because again, it's like dismantling something. You have to dismantle every single thing in the process to be able to figure out, okay, how can I channel this thing? Because again, it's your emotion. You can channel, it's how you feel. Your emotions can be channeled or like.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was even just thinking, like, in terms of even jealousy, a lot of it is either from insecurity or a false expectation. Because I think when I think about, I think how I've related with LinkedIn is, and in seeing everybody post like, oh, I was promoted to this, I was promoted. You have this false expectation that is where you're supposed to be. And I think that is why I never really enjoyed using the app like that, because I felt like, oh, do I need to be here? Is this what I'm supposed to be? I see my mates. I had a friend of mine, really close friend of mine, one of my best friends. He just got promoted to a managerial position at work, right, at Deloitte, But I feel because I know him, for real. He's getting married though, so he needs the money. But I think with him, and in that case, I don't feel any insecure because I know I'm where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the center of God's will, as my dad would say. And so I don't have this false expectation that I'm supposed to be there now. And I was also even thinking too about how, man, jealousy is a sickness. Because if you think about
Did you
it,
listen to the podcast I sent to you?
no, I didn't.
Oh, you need to listen to it, man. Shout out Hear Me Out podcast again.
Shout out to them again, man. But like, you think about, there are two choices that like you're met with when you see somebody doing something that is great. You can either be jealous, or you can either have that perspective of like, okay, this is a new standard that I need to meet. You think about how much time you waste in just being jealous and being useless while you're jealous.
Can I? Oh, okay. Sorry. But can I also say, I'm bringing back the scripture. When the Bible says celebrate with those who celebrate and mourn with those who mourn, there is something attached to that, because again, that erases your jealousy. Because the moment, because I've kind of realized that for me, yeah, I don't know why. For me, there's when I'm around certain people, and all I see is like for me, one of the conversations I was having yesterday, we're just talking about a lot, and this person was talking, and a lot of things they were saying, I was just like, yeah, when you see someone and like they're going to be great, and all I could just I was like, you just had to give someone the floor. I feel like we need to be a little bit more easily surprised or easily impressed with people a little, because like the moment you feel like, okay, yes, you can do something here, but I think we need to actually like allow people to be great. Coming back to that, like you need to, the essence of it is to allow people to be great, so that you know what, like yours will come too. But if you don't celebrate in those people in those moments, it's blocking your blessings. It is. And it's also necessary, because like this reminds me of something. So back when I was in university, yeah, I never knew anything about graduation honors or anything like that. But I saw someone do it, and I was like, yeah, I know I could do this. I was like, why can't I do it then? But I didn't like. I just said, okay, I will see if I can do it and everything. I would just go with that. But what happened was like, I knew I was celebrating. Like I just remembered myself just celebrating this person, the moment who graduated the honors and everything. The person is my very good friend. He's one of our friends. So it was just like, okay, this is amazing. But can I do it for myself too? And I went and like, okay, God, yeah, I want to graduate the honors, and I did. But it did not eliminate the fact of the present, because like if I did not celebrate these people in the moment, I don't think it would have happened for me. Because the essence of jealousy would have erased the moment. Jealousy would have erased the moment, because you cannot erase jealousy if you don't celebrate the person that you are jealous of. I'm sorry, I feel like you cannot deal with jealousy if you don't celebrate the people that you're jealous of.
Imagine if you spent all the 4 years of university just being jealous. What would you have achieved at the end? That's what I keep saying, man. Jealousy is a sickness.
Guys, I'm talking to, like, this conversation is for me.
Oh, it's for me too,
it's
man.
for me, because this is what I was dealing all week with. But this is for me. I feel
like I still deal with it, man. Because like even just that whole, I feel like the Holy Spirit has to keep ministering to me. It's like allow people to be great, because it's like you don't need to fight everybody for every position. You don't need to be everything to everybody. Operate in the space that you are supposed to operate in. Man, I feel like it's not even like for a sense of like, oh, like people will just see you as a good person, like because you're celebrating, but it's like even for your own peace too.
Even for you to remain yourself. I think I've said it before, but there's anointing in your authenticity, because sorry. Okay. There's anointing in your authenticity, and the thing about this is that the moment you start trying to be like this other people because they have something, or if you don't address the insecurity in you that makes you feel like you're not enough, and you start becoming jealous and you start becoming like these people, you miss out on the people that are around. You miss out on what you why you miss out on who or the reason why you're there. Because the problem here is, yeah, this is something I had to realize for myself yesterday, just yesterday. It was like I was trying to be something else. I was trying to be somebody else. I was trying to, and the whole conversation was like, the reason why all of this is happening to you is because you're trying to be someone else, and what we need right now is you. And now, the whole time I was trying to be something else, there were now more issues when I could have just been the one to be like, okay, this is who I am, like, and I am enough in those spaces. But because I was like, because in those moments where you're struggling with jealousy and you don't understand your insecurities here, you're actually now becoming who you're not. And again, God will never bless who you pretend to be. So the moment you truly decide, okay, this is who I am, that's when everything opens up for you.
Do you know the beautiful thing too about like celebrating with people who are celebrating and mourning with those who mourn? That whole principle is that, like, I feel like when you are content with yourself and when you're not kind of in that place of jealousy and you are being authentic in that moment, it allows you to see people for who they really are. Because I think about like how I have struggled, to be honest, with like wanting to compete with everybody, and I feel like I don't see people for who they really are. All I see them is as somebody to be conquered.
Marinate. Damn.
Like you can't really see somebody for who they. You can't appreciate somebody's talents. You can't appreciate somebody's gifts. And even me, I feel like that's even like kind of disrespecting God because you're not appreciating that aspect of God's creativity in that person.
Boy, I'm lost, man. I don't know. I'm feeling conviction. I'm feeling conviction. I'm feeling every single thing.
I'm out here talking and convicting myself at the same time. It's wild, man. Oh,
You can see my face. Just know that. Damn. Okay, so. But where's the balance? Because again, I think we also need to talk about, because again, I'm not going to erase the fact that competition is needed.
It's a good thing, yeah.
But we also need to find a balance in understanding that, because I still believe that there still needs to be in balance. Like, let me use myself for an example. That's the only example I have. I know that I'm a serious person and I accept and love myself for that. But I know that there needs to be a balance, that it's not everything that needs seriousness. Like, there is time, room, space for that. But who I am is what will be the blessing unto others and what will attract the blessings unto me. But the balance is that I'm wonderfully complex. So there are other areas of me that can be shown. Like, in fact, you have not tapped into who you fully are until you tap into who you truly are in the moment. I did not know where that came from. Go ahead.
I feel like
it's this drink.
Something is inside. Yeah, what is that even?
I don't know. This guy gave me something and
What
it was like lime
green.
and lemon something. And I was just like, damn, okay.
Just lime and lemon.
Like lime and lemon drink mix. And
that looks like something from a chemical
and it's 0
plant.
calories, yo.
Mad.
Sodium chloride. Sorry, that's salt.
God have mercy. Nah, but like the first thing that I was thinking about, like when you mentioned, like where's the balance? Like I feel like it probably dwells in humility. In terms of being just like humbling yourself. I don't even know how else to like express humility except for, I feel like it's such a thing. I don't even need to like complicate it. Just humble yourself, man. Sit down, be humble, like Prophet Kendrick said. Like, and I feel like that for me is one of the things I struggle with a lot, because, and maybe something I feel like I need to unpack, because I keep thinking about how like my constant need to like want to be great at something and want to like prove to other, like want to be better than other people, is low-key like the child in me, like trying to prove a point to somebody
Boy,
who did
oh
not
my
acknowledge
God.
me.
Boy, the pressure is. Yes, God in heaven.
Hey,
Oh God.
Holy Spirit is doing life therapy, man.
You guys
This
don't
is
understand. My
wild.
chest is pinning me right
Oh
now.
man, this is wild.
Because here's the thing here, like, I think it was again that, when you get to that point there, when you feel like you sometimes, the ability to want to prove yourself is your fight or flight motion in play. It is your fight or flight emotions in play, where it's like, okay, something is not wrong here, because you're so used to it. And this was me, it's like you're so used to it in a way that, okay, you feel like you have to prove that you're this or you're that, because you feel insecure, or you don't feel accepted, or you don't feel loved, or you don't feel enough, or you don't feel all these kind of things. So you feel like, okay, I'm going to prove to you that I am this, but you're not. They end up being stupid.
And I feel like that's what God is trying to liberate us from. Like when we talk about like life in the spirit and versus life in the flesh. Because honestly, I feel like the whole fight and flight thing that is what life in the flesh is. Living in fear. Like being reactive to everything. That is what your flesh is prone to doing. That is what is wired to do. But when God talks about giving us life in the spirit, is living above that plane.
Yeah.
And I think I was reading a book, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, and it was like in the last chapter where the author was talking about how, like, I've forgotten exactly the words, but the whole concept about how, like, it's like when we live by like these God-given principles that we're able to live above the animal plane, is how he described it. And so it's kind of like, speaking of like competition, because we've spoken about how like competition is a bad thing, but almost like everything in this world has been perversed by the nature of our flesh and humanity. And when you talk about balance, you think about like, for me, I think about like the whole story of the Bible and the whole story of like the gospel is one that teaches us humility. In terms of like, you think about, and we spoke about this in our very first episode or second episode, about like accepting like who you really are, and how that is probably like the first step of humility that you take in your Christian journey, in terms of like, God, I'm a sinner, I need help. And when it comes to like competition and all these kind of things, it's kind of like you need to accept that there is an issue. Be truthful to yourself, be truthful to God, and be humble and say, yeah, like I'm like competing with everybody, maybe because there's some unsatisfied emotional need that I have. That's why I can't allow other people to be great.
There is space for everybody, bro.
There is.
There's actually space
There
for everybody.
is.
Like, and the thing is that, okay, now here's the thing about competition is like, the ability, you want to conquer everyone else here. Okay, now I'm a bit angry about that now. I just have to bring that in. Because, like, I mean, okay, I'm in a competition right now. I'm in the semi-finals. I want to win it. It's a cash prize. It's a trophy. I want to win it.
Is this for real?
No.
Oh.
But no.
Is it that like cannot be recorded right now?
Okay. Yes, it is true. But it's like, I'm in that competition to win. Like, regardless, like, I want to win it because I know that feeling of winning is good.
Yeah.
It is good because it doesn't have to prove. I'm not even proving anybody anything. I feel like I want to enjoy that moment and actually, like, because it's a 3-year project. That's been in now, and this is 3rd year we're in this competition, and it can happen. But now, in that case, now that is competition. But I'm not trying to figure. Okay, is there a reason why? Like I want. I mean, I want to win regardless of anything.
Yeah.
But I have to conquer everyone else though.
But that's the thing, is like I feel like the way it's supposed I think when it comes to competition you need focus. Like imagine, and this is the image in my head, is imagine all the people who compete in 100 meters.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine if Usain Bolt, instead of looking straight at the finish line, kept on looking to his left and to his right.
To see what's coming around him.
Yeah. He wouldn't have won. And so, as a consequence of winning and competition, yes, you will conquer other people, but that isn't your focus. And your focus really determines everything in life. Like, if your focus is like, I'm doing this for myself, for like my improvements, for the achievements, for the accolades, then you will most likely achieve it instead of, and it's not to say like there isn't a time to like look over your shoulder and see like what someone is doing, because like it's not like, oh, completely like Usain Bolt just acts ignorant and cannot see like somebody's inching ahead of him. But that's the whole point. It's kind of like we need each other. Like I go back to that definition of the words, like to strive together, because I see you striving. Nah, like I want to.
I have to put double.
I have to put double. I have to expend my energy more. You know, so it's kind of like ultimately it is for your own betterment and for your own good.
Mm-hmm.
You're not doing it because like this is this person that I want to vanquish, you know, and that I must lord my authority over. But it's kind of like I'm the one that benefits. And I'm surprised how like that isn't like a concept that we get so much in this world and this culture, given how individualistic things are.
That's the thing. There's individualism that is happening a lot here, and it's still fostering competition, but there's a sense of unhealthiness in that.
Yes.
And
yes,
I think again, you cannot erase the concept of competition, but the idea is the moment you start doing things or moving in a way that's not you in competition, that's when I think it becomes unhealthy. Is that I don't know, but I think like the moment you don't become you, and you like you just totally abandon
your principles.
Exactly. For just to conquer another person, or just to be like, because I feel like winning is good. I'm not gonna lie to anybody, man. I'm not going to tell anybody that winning is not bad. Winning is good. Winning is good. Winning is needed. What does this Bible say? Hope deferred makes the heart
sad. Yeah,
sad.
Yeah.
But a good news or something like that. I forgot.
Something like that's a proverb. Yeah.
But here's the thing, like those wins, like I feel like those wins will actually help you want more.
Yeah.
Because you could just sit down here and we've won the first round. Time to relax. No,
this work is moving, man.
No. But there is, again, I always say there is space for both to exist. You need to appreciate where you are.
Yeah.
But the idea of wanting more should still exist.
That's the idea of contentment.
Because God is not done yet. That's what he said, bro. You're not dead. He's not done yet.
Yeah.
What did he say? Isaiah 43 verse 18 to 19. But forget about all that.
Yeah, behold, I'm doing a new thing. I know see it.
Bro.
But that's the thing. That's the idea of contentment. You know, and I think that is like contentment is that life of balance, to be honest, because it's like you said, it's like being satisfied. And I don't want to really say that we use the word satisfied, but being, for a lack of words, content with where you are at, but also desiring more. And I think that is sort of how God is calling us to live. Like I think about this verse that we always use in church about through Christ I can do all things kind of thing. But like if you read the context before, Paul was talking about how like, you know, like in lack, like I'm good. In abundance, I'm good. Through Christ I can do all things. So it's not like, oh, I can come, I can like put a snake on my hand and it won't bite me. Through Christ, I can do all things. That's a false reading of it. But it's kind of the idea of like, regardless of the situation, ultimately, like, I get my satisfaction and my empowerment from Christ.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Christ is the source. Like, it always points back to Jesus. Jesus is the center, you know. And so, like, in contentment, it's kind of like, yes, you can aspire for more, you can want more, but you can be satisfied with where you're at, knowing that as long as you have Jesus, like, that is the prize. But not only that, it's kind of like in Jesus, like, that's where you get the image of who you truly are. Right? So it's not just like, oh, saying like, oh, I have Jesus, I'm content kind of thing. No, like that's not what I mean.
I know you're, oh shoot, sorry, no, you're not.
Yeah, exactly. That's not what I mean. But like, what I mean is that, like, in having Jesus and having Christ, it's like you are able to see yourself in the moment. You're able to understand like where you're at. Like, regardless of if you live in abundance, like if you live in scarcity, it's kind of like you are living honestly in the moment. And it's the thing I always talk to you about. Is like, there's such a beauty to living honestly. And I think that is what God calls us to do. You know, when he talks about those who worship me me in truth and in spirit. So like, God like wants us to be true to ourselves in the moments. That is where like we are content. Because it's like, God, like, I really want more. But like, I'm good. Because this is where you want me to be.
Hasty fate.
Is that Mike told someone? No.
Someone told me this yesterday.
Word.
Jesus Christ. Hasty fate.
Yeah, I think so.
No, it was titled FOMO.
He had like a bunch of like faith.
He had a bunch, but it was like, but this person just said something about hasty faith, and I was like, God. But yeah, I feel like, honestly, like, when we're just talking about, I don't know what the idea of just competition just came to my mind. It's like, because I feel like, again, participation trophies need to be.
You should toss them in the garbage, man.
You need to like.
We're supposed to be doing more in this life, man.
Thank you. You're not here for mediocrity. You're not
here
for
mediocrity.
You know, I remember the scripture where it's like, Christ said, I have done miracles, and you will do even more. He says, oh, God in heaven, thank you. He said, be fruitful, multiply, dominate the earth. Ain't nobody telling you that. That word is big. It's like dominate the earth. Yeah, that is not small. I think that's the thing. Like, sorry, I'm speaking to myself again. I feel like this is what I need. It's just understanding that my mind, like, you need to expand your mind and horizon in such a way that, you know what, like, anything is possible. You need the competition. You need the wins and the losses to be able to move you further. Like, losses only remind you of that bitter taste you don't want to have again. But it also remind you of, okay, I've come this far. My mistakes, my what did I make a mistake? Where did I get all this? But the wins remind you of the essence of life. So I think competition is necessary for us to actually, like, be better, because the higher the competition, the more the excellence. Like, we can't, like, I see all these social media pages and all the podcast pages, and I'm just like, you know what, I'm someone, I'm not really on Instagram, but I look at those things and I'm just like, the idea of a studio in my head, I know what I want in my head. I know what I can. I know what I know that where I am right now is enough. Like, I have to accept where I am right now. But I know this is not where I want to be. I know where my long-term idea is. I know what all of those kind of things are, because I've seen people do it, and I know I can do better than that. But it's not like I'm conquering them. It's not like, I know that is not from a place of like, I want to conquer them out. Like, I want to be the best and everything. I just want to know that, you know, when I see my work here, and even to an extent, when people see my work, when they see the backgrounds, when they see the transitions, when they see all those kind of things here, I know that it's because of the work that I put in, and it's because of God's grace upon my life, and it's because that I saw ideas from other people. I took it and believed that, you know what, I can do it as well too. I prayed about it, and I knew it wasn't from a place of jealousy that, oh, I want to be like them, why can't I have it, all of that. But it was a place of pivoting. It was a place of there is more. There is possibility for more. My dad always says this thing here. Crazy. I always talk about him every single time. But he sees some things here, and it's just like, he just bought something. I know where he went out with a couple of people, and he saw other things and everything. He's like, okay, I'm happy I bought this one, but I want that one. And I'm just like, did you just buy this one? It's like, okay, like, because he could be satisfied. He's okay to be satisfied with what he has in the moment, but it's like, if I don't have something to keep fighting for, then I am just going to remain here. I'm just going to remain like there's nothing else. Like, there's nothing else to long. There's nothing else to like to live for.
Yeah.
Like, and it's not what I'm saying, because I thought I ain't asking for too much, but at some point I was like, that was an issue with me. I thought of it as like, that's an issue with me that I need to fix, because like, if I can see this man's imagination is running wild and he just wants to keep, like, there's like, he believes that there's more out there, that even though I'm satisfied with what I have right here, I can still get that.
You know, I was thinking about how a lot of jealousy is, I think we were talking about how like jealousy is like rooted mostly in insecurity. Right? And how I think a lot of that too is like a lack of trust as well in God, that what is meant for you is out there. And there was a thing I wrote it like in my phone this morning. I was like, man, it's giving scarcity mindset. And scarcity mindset is abundance in this world.
Oh,
you know, because like it's kind of like, and I think that's why we fight with everybody. It's because we don't believe that, we don't trust God that our own is out there. Like, we think that, oh, like this success, like is something so scarce, like it's so missing, like it's something that's coming in drops.
Yeah.
So you have to fight. Imagine like water, like you're in the desert and water is coming out in drops. So you feel like you have to fight everybody.
You know, it's funny. That's I know that I saw that it was an abundant mindset. You know, abundance mindset sometimes like you believe that you can achieve big things. But now that you just said that, I feel like now abundance has just kind of shifted to me that there is enough for everybody.
Yes.
Because if you feel like everything is scarce here, that means that you're fighting with one, like, you know, like there's more, but abundance means that there is more than enough for everybody, not just you.
Think of God we serve. Why wouldn't there be enough? Why wouldn't there be enough?
I finished my drink, I need more.
That's abundance mindset right there.
Oh really? I'm doing better already.
Nah, man, it's like, man, think of the God we serve. Of course there's enough for everyone. He loves us so much.
It may not be in the way you want it.
Exactly.
It's still there. Like, what did this song go? But I feel like we said. I feel like I've said enough, man. And I've said more than.
It's been a lot, man.
Like, I've never allowed any of them to marinate because I need to recogitate and understand what's.
This may be the first episode that you listen to.
Me? You know them well. No way. But I will try. But
nah, this one is good.
Like, the thing about this is that I don't know why it just led to the idea of competition, because I feel like there's a space. One thing I'm realizing, like, a space for two things to coexist.
Yes.
Competition is needed because competition drives improvement. It drives improvement. It makes you look for something to strive towards. But when it's at the cost of like not being you, you losing your principles, you losing your values, and let's say also
when it's at the cost of other people too,
and the cost of other people too, because the funny thing is I was just remembering in my mind, I was just thinking about like Pepsi, Coca-Cola, or like the cars and everything. I was watching a documentary about like cars where it's called, I think it's Bad Money on Netflix. So it was the Volkswagen car and everything. There was a whole situation about them being a diesel efficient, not burning all the cars, but literally because they were trying to like be one of the best muscle cars, they lied on their reports that they actually, but it was actually giving out more carbon dioxide outside, basically more smoke that was affecting the air. Until someone, they did the research and it was like, this car is like, the report could have been, I can't quickly look at it, but the report says like it's maybe less than 50%, 15%. That's what they said in their report. But after they did the test, it was almost over 50%.
That's crazy.
So that is when we know that competition has driven you to go against principles, break the law, literally, because every car that was bought, they had to give everybody back the money and everything like that.
You know, I thought I just heard is that like if you keep chasing competition in that way, there will always be consequences. And
1000%.
no, and like you think about it in a way where like there are some people who are like, oh yeah, I'm winning, I'm out here winning, but you're winning at what cost? You're winning, but you're out here alone.
That's exactly what I wanted to say. You're winning, but out here alone. You know, you're always fighting people every single time, bro. But again, like I don't know how to say this, but your wins here are useless without people.
Yes.
Your wins are useless without people around you. What are you fighting for?
Really?
What are you fighting for? Like, what genuinely are you fighting for? Oh yeah, you win this. Oh yeah, you're the best singer. But you're still in your house with nobody to celebrate with you, or you're with people who are just there for you because you got the bag. So that's how it is. Because there's no genuinity, there's no authenticity in what you have there. Because like you've lost the people around you at the cost of being the most competitive person and all that. Like it's not something. And I think that's something that I think. Okay, we talk about like, you know how like pastors, people that fathers, basically, one thing I realized was just like, I know they're striving for more, yeah? But my dad always says, I cannot do that because of my family, because again, if I do it, what is it for? What is the point? Like, what's the point of me getting all this money and all of that? Like, I understood that that's his way of winning money, but it's like, see, all of you are growing up and everything. I've missed a lot already, so might as well buy my own time and enjoy the years I have with you. But the issue here is that if he doesn't do all those things, we're out of the house. We'll take him like it's something I'm learning that okay, there can be balance, but like being an absent, you can still be a present that but still be absent. But is present parents, present parents but still be absent. You can provide, you can do all those kind of things, but the moment your kids grow up and everything, you cannot ask them for a relationship. You can't.
Do you know I think there was a Toby Wigwe song I was listening to, and he mentioned this line where it was like, relationships are the greatest wealth.
1000%.
That changed my perspective on a lot, because it's kind of like, there's nothing in this world I want to do, no matter how much I want to achieve, that will come at the expense of a relationship.
Sacrifice. I'm not going to end the podcast then, because
we can keep going.
No, but if you want to keep going, I mean, keep talking.
No, I mean, I don't really have much to say, to be honest, man. Like, just run away from scarcity, man. There's not enough. There's not enough. Allow other people to be great. I think that's what we should do this thing.
I was thinking competition is competition. Allow other people to be great. You don't. Allow other people to be great. You know what's funny? I was like, in my head, I was like, I wanted to fight as in, I know this people do not like
allow them to be great.
But yeah, I think
This was good. I'll probably listen to this like 5 times.
Damn, man, I don't even know, man. This is so bad thing that happens every single time.
That's crazy. Like, we don't plan this stuff, isn't it wild?
It was here. You came.
Like,
What are you going to talk
we
about?
don't know.
Like, what am I talking about?
Like, we literally don't know, man. It's released for a reason.
Release.
Just
And it's now released for real because we don't know. We're no
rebranded.
Everything is rebranded.
Yes.
If you were not aware before, you can automatically search on the search engines of Spotify, Apple
All
Podcasts,
of them.
Anchor, Google Podcasts soon,
Just search.
iRadio. If it's going to happen, I think I will do that as well too, and more. Every podcast streaming platform.
Just search release.
Just search release, and it is available. You don't have to search Connect Extra and do all of all that.
Even
Just
the pictures updated, everything.
Everything is there, set in stone for everybody. So, welcome to. What am I saying? Welcome to.
Yeah.
Thank you for listening to this episode.
Thank you. Guys.
Sorry, I need more liquid in my body.
Yeah, thanks guys.
Thanks guys for listening to another episode of Release. Like, where am I? Why are you liking?
Like on all of them.
Why are you liking? No,
Can
I
you?
don't.
No, actually, you know what you can do? Add it to your playlist. So I read yesterday, like, to improve search engine.
Why are you giving people
No, this for us.
Okay.
Like, for us
So-
to improve our search engine, like, for us to show up on other people's this thing, add the podcast to your playlist. Add it to your liked, whatever. Download it
On
on
Spotify.
Spotify. Because when you do that, other people know that, oh, this is something worth liking, worth adding to a playlist.
Yeah.
And then it helps us get the word out there. So if you're encouraged by anything we're saying, if you like what we're saying and you want other people to tap in, help us out.
Add it to your playlist.
Add to your playlist.
Follow on Spotify.
Rate us.
Rate on Apple Podcast. Subscribe on Apple Podcast as well. I don't know what I do.
Do all the things.
Just to, you know what to do.
You know what
People
to
already
do.
listen to podcasts.
Exactly.
If you want YouTube, you have to pay me money.
No, for real though. For real. Also, you can send e-transfer so Funtok can build the studio. Support the mission, guys.
You want me to put I'll put my email in the
Ah, put it to. You never know. They said like someone told me like you just tell people what you want and you'll be surprised.
Okay, guys.
Okay.
Where's the camera? Is this camera on? Is this camera on? Okay. So as of this moment now, based on what we need here, we need a brand new mixer. It's gonna cost around $300. I need lights, cameras.
It was coming.
I knew it was coming. I need lights and cameras, and that's going to cost around another $600. So, in the email in the description,
As the spirit
leads, you can send us anything you need, anything you have.
you have as God is.
I don't know why they said I should say it, but I will say it now.
Say it to
So I need lights, I need cameras, I need mixers,
so we can keep giving you high quality content.
because the studio is being prepared as of right now,
High
but I
quality.
don't want to be, and I need microphone stands because I'm not doing this.
Yeah,
I'm
the one
anymore.
that
So I hope that camera was on, but again, that's in the camera. I'm not saying. But again,
it's already visualizing. Yeah, let's go.
so yes, ask and you shall receive. As the Lord leads, please drop something. Alright, guys. So that God can open, because
Release.
and the thing
So
is that
that's hope.
release so that it can be, so that blessings can be.
That's
As you release unto us, your blessings will be released unto you, and in that abundance will be released more unto you. Okay, I'm out of here. Bye bye, guys. Take care of yourselves, please. I have nothing else to say.
Bye,
Feel
guys.
distracted. Bye bye.